fuck. Right?
All right, it's recording.
Should I have just kept going then?
No, we're gonna just test this out for a hot minute, and then
So yeah, that, but maybe kazoos.
Yeah,
or not, because I kind of like the simple strumming. I mean,
that's if we're still landing on popcorn poppycock. You know,
true.
I mean, it's catchy. My only issue with it is association by British, and
See, but I don't hear British. Like, poppycock just means bullshit. Like,
it means nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it just sounds so fucking English, and
yes, but it's not. I think it would
Poppycock.
work. Popcorn poppycock works. I think it's funny. Plus it makes me want to have a chicken in the logo. Like, I'm still picturing a neon sign, like the Hot Ones logo, but with a popcorn bucket underneath the dude. Or no, something akin to the Good Mythical Morning logo, but again with a popcorn bucket.
I don't remember what that looks like.
Go look. Their current logo, I like it. I like Good Mythical Morning. I think Rhett and Link are cool. Well, cool may not be the right word, but I enjoy their product. Okay, so does Craig was in here, right? Had we figured out if we can export yet?
I have no idea yet. Oh, okay, I see their logo. Like the fire. Oh.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
The fiery logo.
Yeah. Like, I kind of like the chicken theme in the popcorn bucket, like where the chicken's almost popping out of the popcorn, maybe.
Why would we have a chicken?
Cock.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Poppycock makes me think of a chick. That was the image. Yeah, you thought British. Poppycock put a chicken in my head.
I don't know why.
I don't know either, but it to me it made sense. It made sense in my head. Anyway, see, yeah, I like it. I like pop. But I just think it needs the word pop. I wish we could go with Poptards, but everybody I've put that name for says you can't go with Poptards, and I get it.
Why? Why not?
Because tards. Because it's offensive. I know.
I'm gonna look up and see if there's any retards podcast.
Dude, like, my argument is, for that, like, number one, we're not calling anybody retarded.
There's a band called Retards.
Are they a popular band? Do they make money? I mean,
they've got 12,000 monthly listeners.
On what? YouTube?
On Spotify?
Yeah,
all their top 5 songs have well over 100,000 listens. Their top song, "I'm So Gone," has 552,000.
I gotta listen to this. Hold on.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it too.
I'm opening up Spotify right now. Hold on. Let's see if we can time this. Time this shit properly. What?
I'm already listening to it.
Oh, you bitch. Okay. So the band's name is just Retard?
Yeah, it's just Retards.
With an S?
Do what?
An S?
Yeah, it's spelled correctly and everything.
Multiple, so all of them are retards. Got it.
They are a garage punk band.
Of course they are.
I mean,
well, see, that's the answer right there. Is they're a punk band? They don't give a shit. Like,
okay, well, so okay. There's a okay, yeah. There's several podcasts. Retards and Cards, Uncultured Retards, Best Retards Brian, 4 Retards with a Mic, The Retard Guinnesses.
You know what?
Retard.
I'm fucking convinced. Fuck Poptards Podcast.
We're Poptards. We're going with Poptards. That's it. We are Poptards Podcast.
Fuck yeah. I like it.
Let me double check this first.
I looked, dude. I didn't find nothing.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm looking at these retard podcasts first to see like.
Wait, was that band REA Tards?
No, it's RETA. Like it's spelled correct and everything.
I'm so gone out of my head into my bed. Stacy with a Y before the E. When I get mad and I love living.
Sure.
Was any of those the ones you listened to?
I listened to. Hold on, I gotta look it up now.
Because I found one. It's a black and white.
Oh yeah, it's REAT. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
I listened to.
I still have to listen to one of these. Hold on.
I'm so gone is what I listened to. Yeah. So
Okay, I take back what I said. I don't hate this.
Well, I mean, it's not bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I went into it and I was like, let's see what these guys got. And then, like, the drum beat's not terrible.
Yeah, you're thinking, wow, this is going to be pretty retarded.
Like,
and despite their name, it's not all that retarded.
No, it's like some pretty decent punk. I'm not a big punk guy, but that sounds good. Speaking of sounding like other things, have you heard of Greta Van Fleet?
I showed you them like forever ago.
Did you? Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're like discount Led Zeppelin. They're really good. I like them.
They are really good. I just there's that dude's face. It's the Steven Tyler thing. Like,
oh yeah, he's definitely got a weird
mouth. Goofy looking motherfucker, but god damn the vocals.
Yeah, who cares what your face looks like when you got a voice like that?
Like, admittedly, when I first heard him, I thought he was kind of weird. Like, I still think he's got this weird, like, I almost feel like he's pushing that high-pitched shit too much, and that he's got a lower range that he doesn't use. Yeah. And I don't know why that bugs me.
I forget what song it is. I have to go look now. There's one song where he kind of. Yeah, she's got a few hits. I'm not the biggest fan, but she's alright.
She's her brother that is her producer. I think I have
her brother.
That dude, like the beats, dude, the instrumentals she's using.
Oh yeah, I mean he's great at mixing and all that shit.
He's wonderful, and I don't terribly care for her. Excuse me, the actual songs, but like they sound good. They've got a good beat to them. She sounds good, but that whisper Marilyn Monroe breathy singing shit. It good after the first couple songs, but goddamn, girl, like you can hear it in her voice that she's got pipes.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
You can hear it, but I never hear it. Like you can hear it in there, but all I ever hear is.
Well, if you listen to, I think it's Ocean Eyes. Like
does she have songs where she's like belting and going all out and shit?
Well, not like Adele. Not like Adele, but like Ocean Eyes. She's got some pretty decent range there.
Okay, I'll have to listen to that. Give me a second.
That's the only one I really know, though.
Well, admittedly, I'm not huge in pop. Like I listen to rap and country and rock, and like I don't listen to a lot of pop. I do like pop music. I love shitting on pop music, but I also do enjoy pop music. Like I genuinely like Taylor Swift. Not everything she does, but I genuinely think she's a very talented artist, and a lot of her songs I enjoy. Fucking Bieber even gets a pass for some of his shit. Like I fucking like some of his music.
Bieber's alright.
I'm not going to one of his concerts, but
absolutely not. Well, I mean, who knows? He might have a slapper.
I don't like him that much.
Neither do I.
Like I watched the fucking I like what's it called? The NPR Tiny Desk concerts. I like those. I think they're neat. they're pretty good, man. Like even especially pre-COVID, like post-COVID or during COVID, they did these like home concerts, and some of them were alright, some of them were great, some of they had a nice mixed bag. But the previous ones were fucking awesome, man. Like they would actually, it made me look at like the people that work at NPR and be a little envious because they would have, it was in their offices, or at least it appeared to be in their offices. That could have been bullshit. I don't think it is though. And they have just this corner, and these famous fucking people come in and they just do acoustic sets.
Huh.
This is so fucking cool, man. Like, and they've had big names and smaller names, and like I've been introduced to certain people. Like one of my favorite ones right now that I've just listened to over and over is the Anderson .Paak one. He's got a different one where it's somebody, a lady singing, and then it's Anderson and the Free Nationals. But the one I like is it's Anderson and the Free Nationals and shit. Like it's really cool. Like I'm really digging Anderson .Paak right now. Like I'm not a drummer, so it just fascinates me the way he's able to play and rap the way he does. He's fucking awesome. I'm like a amateur musician compared to the people I look at, and I'm like, how the fuck do you do that with your hands and stuff? Like I watch somebody like Gary Clark Jr. play guitar, and I look at my ukulele, and it makes me think back to when like a dude that used to play 12-string guitar called my ukulele a toy, and I was like, fuck it is. But like looking at somebody like Gary Clark Jr. play guitar makes me look at this ukulele and go, what is this, plastic? This is bullshit.
That's funny. I forgot the last funny bands like that I listened to.
Hey, what? God. Well, they're not. Oh, did you find a funny band?
No, like, it reminded me of, who is that one comedian with Craig Christ song?
Oh, Stephen Lynch.
Stephen Lynch, yeah. It was funny because me and Leopard, we were playing one night, and for some odd reason, he shared one of his old songs, and then we just went on a bender listening to Stephen Lynch songs. What the hell?
He's another one, dude, that like is severely underrated.
Have I told you about my upstairs neighbors, by the way?
The Cloggers?
Sure, something like that. I came home.
The stomping.
Well, there's that. And then whatever giant wildebeest that lives up there that runs around. I came home, I think it was yesterday night, and did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear the? Yeah, that's the upstairs neighbors.
Really? What the fuck is that?
I don't fucking know. But like, the funny part is,
all I heard was a clatter. What did it sound like on your end?
It sounded like a thumping clatter.
Like a metal-y clatter? Or...
I sent you one video. I remember that.
Yeah, but to me that was just stomp. Anyway, continue.
Well, I think it was yesterday or the day before, maybe yesterday. I came home, and Allison had the TV like muted, everything all quiet. And I came home, and I was like, "Hey," she's like, "Shh." I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Listen." I was like, "What are you going on about?" She's like, "Listen." And so like nothing's going on. And she's like, "God damn it, they would stop now." And so she explains to me that she was convinced, and I didn't call her a liar, I believe her. She was convinced that she heard domestic violence upstairs. like and I didn't think to ask her for clarification, but I mean, she would know the difference between a full-grown woman yelling or screaming and a child screaming, probably. But it was funny because before she said that, before yesterday, I had joked about the stomping and stuff. I was like, it probably is domestic violence. Probably beat the crap out of his wife or some shit.
It's like that Family Guy joke of Horton hears a domestic violence. Horton hears a something. Fucking
yeah. So
it says nothing.
So we sat there for like 5 minutes and nothing happened. And so she's like, yeah, I'm very certain. Like, I muted the TV and everything, like, turned everything off, and I heard someone yelling. And I was like, well, that's weird. Maybe we should give another year to it or something.
Okay, so what you do is you play the telephone game, right? You take your you take the cup, and you put it to the fucking ceiling, and you duct tape that bitch up there.
That's I was thinking about doing that.
I mean, I've never tried it, but I assume it would work.
I mean, yeah. I don't have a stethoscope that I could do it with, but yeah.
Especially with a stethoscope, man. Like, you'd either need a ladder or a long motherfucking stethoscope. And I assume the longer that cord goes, the worse the sound quality becomes.
Oof. Ouch. Yeah. I almost met them once because they had mail delivered to our door, and then I went up there.
So do you know what kind of people they are? Like, are they
never seen them before?
Are they an older couple?
Never seen them before, and if we've seen them, we wouldn't know they were our upstairs neighbor.
So how do you know you almost met them?
Well, because they got mail delivered to our door one evening, and I don't remember. I think Allison came home and was outside the door, and because like our apartment, the way it's set up is like there's the hallway. It's not like a traditional apartment, whatever. Yeah. Like it's an indoor hallway, and then you've got the doors and everything. And so we had their mail outside our door one evening, and it was like a package or something. And so I was like, well, I'll just go up there and give it to them.
Be a good neighbor.
Uh-huh. And at the time, I wasn't thinking because, like, we had the same apartment number, just theirs was higher up. Like, I'm not going to give it away because recording, but like the two last digits were the same, not the first two, but the last two. So, normally there's an indication where like certain levels or certain numbers at the beginning of it. So like we'll say it's 219, like our apartment was 219. Theirs would be 319. So I went up. And, so while I was going up, like I knew it was on the floor above us, but I didn't think it was our upstairs direct neighbor. And it wasn't until I got off the elevator and walked out and I started realizing the paces from the elevator. I was like, oh shit, this is them.
I recognize this walk.
Yeah. So I knocked a few times and nobody answered. And I knew they were there, but they just didn't answer. So I was like, all right, whatever. And so our apartment complex, like we don't take our trash out to the dumpster or anything. We just tie the bag, put it in the trash can that comes with the apartment, and set it outside the door.
For the help to collect? Yeah.
Yeah. So their trash can was outside, empty, so I just set it on top of the trash can. Never got to meet them, though.
God. They probably were in there, but they were too busy loving each other. And, because they've been married for, 40 years. And all they do is make raucous love. And that's the noise you hear.
I've seen
while wearing clogs.
There's a bunch of young people here. I don't know if there's any really old people here. I mean, I would assume maybe there is.
They moisturize.
I don't know. But they weren't doing anything ruckus.
Well, I mean, allegedly.
Well, I didn't hear it, so.
Yeah, allegedly. That's the legal term, right? For when you don't want to say it happened, or whether or not it did, you just say allegedly.
No, I'm saying I didn't hear anything happen. There's no allegedly.
It's alleged. Somebody said. That's
no, it'd be. Right? No, I would use alleged when I'm talking about the ruckus upstairs that you would hear, and I would say allegedly he's beating his wife.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if it's a he. It could be two butch lesbians beating the crap out of each other.
It could be two petite lesbians beating the crap out of a dude.
No, it's
Like
those
he's tied to a chair. It's a total. It's like that movie with Keanu Reeves and the two hot chicks where
where
he
he's
fucks
buried
them
in
and
the
she's on
stand
it.
up to
Yeah,
his neck.
yeah, that one. It's like
I
that.
never
But
saw that
yeah,
movie.
no,
I just know the meme is from that movie.
it's really stupid.
I heard so.
It's like it's an okay movie, but it's really stupid.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's because like he's Keanu Reeves and it's hard to disassociate him now from all the badass things he's played or characters.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was watching it, I was just thinking, why don't you fuck these ladies up, man? Like you could not even saying like you're John Wick. Keanu Reeves, the man, you could fuck both of them up blindfolded.
He could just run away on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, no, like legitimately, Keanu Reeves is a bad motherfucker. Like that was my biggest problem with that movie was like I had a hard time disassociating from Keanu Reeves being absolutely able to have gotten himself out of that situation.
Yeah.
He could have just beaten them to death. And it wouldn't, and then he was just taking the phone, deleted the thing, buried the bodies. His family would have came home and they would have lived happily ever after. Sure, he would have been an evil bastard for beating two girls to death, but hey, the credits would have rolled. They did do that on purpose. They totally had it coming. They are definitely the villains of that movie.
Just like what's that one movie about that blind dude who kidnaps chicks? And
I have not seen that movie.
Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
Yes, it's called Don't Breathe, and it's getting a sequel.
I can't. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No, I just know it's happening.
Oh my god. Okay, so like if you don't know about the first movie and you watch the trailer for the second one, you think, "Oh wow, this is pretty cool. I like the basis of it. A blind dude protecting a family member against like evil bad people, and he's like Daredevil, but not. That's really cool." But then you learn the backstory, which is the first movie.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the bad guy in the first movie where he's a psychopath, right?
No, he is the bad guy. Yeah, because like, do you want me to just spoil it for you, or?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so the general premise is these shitty robbers, like three of them, one's a chick. They get the idea that they find out this guy has a safe in his house, and they're gonna rob him. And so they break in, and they realize, oh man, we messed with a wrong blind dude, because this guy's like really good at being blind. So he starts killing them off or whatever. I don't remember the movie. I just remember at the end of the, well, yeah, of course, but at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, he has the chick like all captured, and I don't remember how he had her like tied up or chained up, whatever. But the intent was to kidnap women and impregnate them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And it was more so through like artificial insemination, which is a little bit more weird, I guess. But yeah, like the whole intent was to the whole intent. Exactly. It's weird, but it's not weird.
It's
like
somehow better than him raping them.
Yeah, it's like he has a decency to not rape him, but I'm still gonna hold you down in my basement and impregnate you with my frozen semen.
Like the mere fact that of trying to defend that one tiny part of this that's redeemable makes me feel a little dirty. I was like, well, at least he's not raping them.
It's just like, who would have thought? Here you are, breaking into a blind dude's house who knows how to kick ass in the dark or wherever, and then next thing you know, you're in his basement getting artificially inseminated.
And you know what? That blind man went on to become Immortan Joe.
Probably.
He
Anywho,
somehow got his sight back with the power of breast milk.
I don't know. I don't know if the second movie is supposed to be a prequel or what it is. I hope it's a sequel because I like the idea that this fucking psychopath.
I'm sorry. I made myself laugh. Oh god, he gave himself
I like the
power of breast milk.
Well, again, too, like I don't remember the exact ending of the movie. I think the lady got away and called the cops and said this bastard's at this house at this address, and they go in and he's not there. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of something else. Anyway, I like the idea that that the second movie is a direct sequel in the canonical timeline, where he has gone away. He has somehow picked up a little girl as either his daughter or whatever, and he's trying to turn his life around for being the blind psychopath who artificially inseminates women who break into his house.
Wait, so this excuse me, is the trailer showing him as the hero?
In the second one, yeah, it looks like he's the hero, like he's the protagonist.
Did they do that in the marketing for the first one?
No.
So in the marketing for the first, they clearly showed him as the villain?
They made it look like he was the bad
monster
guy
of the movie, basically.
Yeah, like he was the monster. You know, they don't paint it, of course, directly. They of course insinuate like this is a genuinely bad dude, but we're not going to tell you how.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this trailer right now. Hold on.
Or for the second one, or
yeah, actually, I'm gonna plug my phone in because it's about to day.
I mean, the trailer for the second one looks great. It looks cool. It's if it's a sequel and all that stuff, it's gonna be weird to watch knowing this guy used to artificially impregnate kidnapped women.
Hey, we root for Wolverine, and he's done some fucked up shit.
Yeah, but no, you can't compare the two.
Inseminate women.
You can't compare the two.
No. What you should say is I shouldn't. I totally can. It's not a good comparison, but I can do it.
It's not a comparison at all.
Yeah, I can try. Doesn't mean I'll succeed. But you know me, I'm stubborn.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, you know that movie about that guy who artificially inseminated women? Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Wolverine.
Old Man Logan. Okay, don't breathe too.
Oh my god, what the hell?
What?
I looked at the trailer for Don't Breathe 2, and I was scrolling down, and like the fourth video was a terrible default pick for I Am Legend 2, but it looks like they ran Will Smith through that aging app.
Oh god.
And just slapped him behind, I don't know, garbage.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm watching the trailer for Don't Breathe 2 also.
Same. I had a dog chasing a girl over a fence.
Yeah.
She's at a car. She's got a gun. Oh shit.
Okay, yeah, it is set after the first movie.
Is that Scott Lang?
Yeah, it is.
It is, right?
Yeah. He is the artificial inseminator.
Now that's a superhero name.
Exactly.
So okay, so it looks like he's like hiding out, maybe like trying to
Like in
stay
the
on the run,
backwoods
maybe.
boony, yeah.
And fucking these dudes break into the wrong motherfucking house.
Yeah.
Like that is the vibe I'm getting from this trailer.
They break in and want to kidnap the little girl.
This is great
It
recording
looks
footage.
really good. It looks really good.
I was saying this is great audio recording.
Oh yeah.
Us just
Oh
being
yeah.
totally silent and watching.
I can cut it out.
It does look good. I mean, where is this potentially? Where is this audio going? Do we want to use this?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can use it as a test. So
We could use pieces of it. Some of this has been funny.
yeah.
Like-
Well, yeah. Like
Uh,
I said, I can use it as a test.
as a side note, when I logged into this, it did give me the option to share our screen. So when we do video later with Discord, I think we'll even be able to do it on mobile.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So I'll have to find the actual post.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a bunch of things rumored, so grain of salt, all this shit, about potential stuff coming from Marvel.
Oh boy.
Like not okay. So to give a little more info on this, there is a dude that works for Marvel that was quoted as saying something like I'm not gonna say quote, but he said something along the lines of like with all the shit that Marvel's already shared that's coming out, like they've talked about a lot of things. He said that's not even like nearly the amount of shit that's in pre-production. Some of the things were like Captain Britain, which apparently they're trying to get Superman for, which I think is an interesting choice.
Oh,
Is it because he's British?
Oh,
like
Jesus Christ! What's his
Henry
name?
Cavill.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think he'd be great. Kill it.
I think he'd be great, Captain Britain.
I think he'd fucking kill it, but that's because I like it's because I like him. Like, I think he'd kill it no matter what he fucking does, because he's a great actor. But is it because
I'm just
British?
curious.
There's
I'm just
no
curious
other British
now
actors?
if all the. Well, I'm sure there is, but I think regardless of who they get for Captain Britain, at this point, I expect some sort of British jokes like, where's your combat license?
See, but I don't want him for Britain. Follow me.
If you're going to cast Henry Cavill in a Marvel movie as a Marvel character, who would you cast him as?
You go first.
I don't have any ideas off the top of my head.
Oh, Sentry.
My first thought was Adam Warlock.
Comparisons are going to be made anyway. Just make him Sentry.
Yeah,
the dark guy. He can do the Void as well.
He could.
And you can get him to do both roles.
the first thing that came to mind was Adam Warlock,
See,
and then Century.
see, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind Adam Warlock, but I, I think he would like, because again, the comparisons are going to be made anyway to Superman
Of
if
course.
Marvel grabs Henry Cavill. So doing Sentry really lets you play with that, because DC, excuse me, didn't really get to play with dark Superman much.
Yeah.
Like, they had the nightmare shit that we probably would have got more of had the Snyderverse actually gone on to fruition, which, family tragedy aside, we'll never really know how that how it would have been. But if we had Henry Cavill as Sentry, that could be the next. Like, they said they're not doing an Avengers movie for a little while, so there's going to need to be a threat to bring the Avengers together. The Avengers threat that brings them together has never really needed to be set up previously. So you could have a story about the Sentry and the Dark Void. Was it the Dark? No, it was just the Void, right?
It was just the Void, yeah.
But you could have the movie introducing him and be the reason they're all brought together. And like, he could be an Avengers level threat without having to use Kang or somebody big just yet, and bring the team together.
Well, they're going to have to fix some things now, because going forward, in my mindset, I'm just going to assume everything was planned by Kang.
Well, not going forward, I would guess. Well, granted, we also don't know where Loki is in the timeline. So, you're right. Like, we don't know.
I mean, as it stands right now, if you watch all the Marvel movies, you can't not think of Kang now.
Well, yes, but are we in... Here's the question I'm thinking. Excuse me. Is Loki taking place, like, this timeline that he wakes up in post Sylvie stabbing He Who Remains, when she pushes him out the gate? Because, like, they're in the fucking thing and branches are already happening before she pushes him through the thing. So whatever timeline he's in, that's probably the one that's happening right now. The MCU's following, or has been. Maybe, I'm not sure.
I assume it'll get fixed in the Doctor Strange movie or whatever.
Assumedly, like, I had guessed the release window. I had guessed that Wanda was going to break the multiverse. Spidey was going to have to deal with it, and then Strange was going to fix it. I totally spaced about Loki, and Loki is the one that broke the shit. Like, Wanda ain't fucking helping, but... Oh, and I have a theory about that too, but I'll get to that later, or at another time, one of the two. What was I saying? Sorry.
Loki. Timelines.
Yeah. Yes. So Loki is in... I think maybe... Well, I don't know. Maybe Loki is in the current MCU timeline, like, where Wanda's doing her shit and everything. And, like, I think we're seeing the timeline as it's unfolding now, like, post... Like, the internet seems to really think that Wanda is her becoming the Scarlet Witch is that threshold that He Who Remains couldn't see beyond. I don't know about all that shit. Like,
probably is, because
I mean, they're at the end of time. Why would that matter? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe because he died. Maybe he died sooner in the previous cycle, and that's where his threshold is. Like, maybe they didn't have that whole conversation the previous time, or whoever he tried to get to do it the previous time just fucking murked his ass. Like, I don't know. Like, how many fucking loops have they gone through? That's the shit with time now. That's the fucking thing that causes our nerd brains to explode. It's how many fucking loops has it been, Architect? Is this the 7th or 8th Matrix?
See, this is a stupid thing about multiverses that I've been convinced is, like, no good.
It is a bit of a
like,
jump the shark, but it also opens up so much room for possibility of fun.
it sure does, but that's the other issue is where, like, when you introduce multiverses and you decide to just do dumb shit, you can just explain away with because multiverse. Multiverse is good for individual stories like Superman Red Sun and, you know, offshoots like that because they're not canonical within the main timeline of things. But if you start trying to rope in multiverses within the main timeline, then you're forced to do stupid shit like Rebirth, where you have to lead up to an event where it collapses a timeline or the multiverse and you're forced to start fresh and all that kind of shit because it's been so convoluted and messy.
Yeah. You have a really good point. DC has a really bad problem with that.
They do.
Like,
Marvel and DC does.
Marvel did too, but Marvel always has had a thing where, like, with the.
I mean, DC is worse about it though. You're right.
DC's worse about it. Marvel's usually had pretty good somebody in the background. I don't know who to give credit to, but Marvel's always had somebody able to keep them. Like let's use the Ultimates
Keep it
universe,
simple, straight.
Like,
Yeah.
Ultimates would have worked as a one-off of like a few issues of what ifs, almost of like what if this was. But the fact that they kept that universe going to the point where some of the characters that were introduced in the universe mode God damn it.
Words.
In Ultimates are now Marvel 616 canon, like Miles Morales. I think he's the best example. I hope there's more than just Miles. Like, I like the Marvel's Ultimate Universe. I would hope Miles is not the only thing that survived. I like Miles as a character. Don't get me wrong.
Well, it's kind of like what DC did with Power Girl. Power Girl is just an alternate timeline Supergirl.
Supergirl, yeah. But admittedly, Power Girl was written with a different personality.
Yeah.
Power Girl was always more of like a boisterous, like loud, like gonna fuck
like
you
very
up
outgoing. Yeah.
Like, she had a passion. Supergirl, on the other hand, was not always written so well. Like, she always had a voice, but she also was
more reserved.
Yeah. Like, she was not as. She didn't have a tit window.
I was going to say, yeah, she didn't have the tits to match the personality.
God. It's a fucking. That is one of my favorite running jokes, though. Every time Power Girl came into any comic that I read, like,
yeah,
they even did a good bit about it in one of the animated things, World's Finest. It was a Batman Superman comic. They had a whole series where it was just Batman Superman stories. It was fucking phenomenal. Artwork was awesome. I can't remember the artist name, but they had a bit where they're trying to find this young new version of Toymaker or Toyman, and they have Power Girl with them, and she's the distraction. And then she's like, "Why me?" And then there's like, in comic book form, there's a beat where they all pause, and then she looks down at her own tits, and she's like, "Oh yeah," like, because he's a teenage boy.
Yeah,
it's like she's obviously just the distraction. She looks down, and granted, she could be looking at her entire costume because it is very much nothing but,
yeah,
a bathing suit with a tit
there.
window. Like, I keep saying tit window. I should, hashtag tit window.
What else are you gonna call it?
It's true.
But yeah, it's just shit like that I think if you're gonna be doing, I mean, you can somehow make it work in the comics. It's never really taken off, and that's why you've had to like collapse long-running timelines or characters. Like, I think the most recent one was the Doomsday Clock for DC, and that was another multiverse mess up where it not only like it was decent, but it took way too long.
It was. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say the reason it took too long was because they were releasing issues way too slow.
Okay, that is a really good point. I do remember trying to keep up with that, and it was like, God damn it, is there another issue? And like, no.
It's
6 months
mainly
later,
because the
like, there's been
artist,
4 issues.
Yeah, it was mainly because the artist who was the lead of it, despite being really good, is also really slow.
I got you.
I forget his name, though.
Because the artwork in that was fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of the stuff, like that final battle between Manhattan and Superman. Oh my god! Like with all the post-crisis heroes returning and shit, or pre-crisis heroes returning. I did like though in like the retcon because everybody shat on New 52, and there was parts about New 52 that did not need to happen.
Well,
Where it
it's
was
because
like,
it went to poop. It started great and then just
yeah,
went to
it really
poop.
did. Like it was a really good streamlined version of their continuity, and I thought it was a really good idea. And then they just kind of went in weird ways, like Starfire, and just some things didn't need to go that way.
Superman
And
getting weird abilities, like becoming was it
I
an
like
atom
solar
bomb by
flare.
charge?
I like
Yeah.
no. I'm totally behind the solar flare
You know
maneuver.
what? I was too. I didn't really think much of it, but I do like. I do like the takeaway from it because the whole issue with Superman that a lot of people have is he's a
He's too
boring
powerful.
character and he's overpowered. Yeah.
As a narrative device, the solar flare superpower is absolutely fucking awesome. It's necessary, as
I thought it was
necessary
cool.
as kryptonite was. Like I thought that was such a great idea. It's one of the few things that I genuinely say came out of New 52 that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like I didn't read a lot of New 52 because, like some of it just.
It was hard to keep up with.
Yeah, there was so much of it. Like they went hard in the paint, and it was hard to keep up with. And if you didn't keep up with that shit, you were lost.
Yeah, because I remember when it launched, I was like, man, I'm gonna get like the first issues of Action Comics, Batman, Aquaman, all this other stuff because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be collector pieces. And and then when you try to follow storylines, it's like, oh, this doesn't start till this, and then you have to go read this other guy's comic for this, and
Yeah.
hey, we started a new subplot for Superman Unchained that has nothing to do with anything.
Um, one thing, one thing I did like though, with the whole bringing in of Doctor Manhattan for Doomsday Clock, was because DC owned the rights to Watchmen and that whole universe. It was actually a really fucking cool, like for me as a comic book fan, like who loves the Watchmen,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that Watchmen is in the DC universe, there's references to the DC universe in Watchmen, and vice versa, and all that shit. And like DC was my first introduction to comic books, so like I as much as I love Marvel, I love DC more to my core. And to have New 52 be it being the rebirth, having been Dr. Manhattan and his attempt at creating life like he said he was going to do, to me was such a fucking cool moment. Like that's how I might be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure that's what New 52 was supposed to be, right? Was Dr. Manhattan had created that universe.
Yeah, that was the intent.
Like that to me was so fucking awesome because it literally connected to completely separate sides of their multiverse that already had been canonical that nobody really thought about ever possibly connecting because Watchmen was dead and gone. And to bring that back and actually have it make sense, where you could be like, why the fuck are they? No, there's a reason. Like, there actually makes sense within both universes.
Yeah.
I appreciated it. Like it hit me well as a comic fan.
I didn't read the whole thing, and I haven't seen the total arc of it, so I'll probably go and catch that sometime.
I apologize for the spoilers.
Well, no, I mean I already knew what happened, but I just never saw the details of it.
I was keeping up with it as best I could through social media, which like have screen caps and shit, and then I would go onto my Comixology and go and read the thing.
Ah, okay.
Or some other means of reading it that it ahoy matey.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do with a couple other Marvel movies too.
So Scarlett Johansson's in the news.
Oh yeah, I just shared that on a couple other shit. I think it's hilarious that she's suing because her own movie sucked.
No, that is not why she's suing.
She's suing because she didn't get the bonus or whatever that she was promised.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay, then what happened?
The way I'm understanding it, her contract said she was supposed to get a percentage of the theatrical release, and it was supposed to be exclusively theatrical. When they announced it was going to be done streaming and in theaters, they tried to renegotiate the contract, and Disney kept dodging them. And that's why they're suing, because she's claiming it's breach of contract. She's losing out on roughly $50 million, which, yes, boo-hoo.
You poor fucking thing.
Like, I get that point, but at the same time, like, it's still breach of contract. Like, all you had to do was renegotiate. Like, yes, like, I get it. Yeah, boo-hoo, rich white lady, you missed out on $50 million. You still probably got a couple hundred in the bank. But at the end of the day...
Not even rich white lady. She's just rich because of Marvel movies and shit.
But at the end of the day, if they're doing this to Scarlett Johansson, who's one of the original members of this little unit in their universe, she's one of the original Avengers. You know, she just had her own movie. That's what she's suing over. If they're doing this to her, they're probably doing this to the undercard people. Like I think it's an important thing. Like she absolutely should fucking take him to court. Breach of contract. Like,
well, sure, absolutely that. Yeah, I mean, it's funny overall that it's happening because this movie should have been released 4 years ago.
It absolutely should have been released 4 years ago.
And the fact that they're trying to release it, they're trying to release it and say, "Oh, it's such a great thing. It's a swan song for this character that sacrifices." It doesn't even fucking matter now.
Your show came out after fucking Civil War.
It should have come out after Civil War, and even if it did come out after Civil War, everything that has happened up to this point, up into Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home, all that shit, it doesn't even matter now because of Loki. Like, Loki has ruined the whole timeline thing. Everything was scripted. Everything was scripted according to Kang and according to the TVA.
Well, yeah, but yeah, like, okay,
unless, and that's where I'm stupid, and I'm gonna give Doctor Strange movie a cautiously optimistic view, where I think he's gonna try to fix something, and it's gonna take away Kang's ability or something that strips away that power. That way, that everything that did happen for the intent that we originally saw it for.
Well, the rumor is that Loki's actually going to appear in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness as well. I don't know if this affects your theory.
Will it be Tom Hiddleston's Loki, or will it be Wham and Loki?
The rumor is Loki will appear in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
So we don't know which Loki.
The rumor is Loki will appear in Doctor Strange.
So you're saying there's a chance alligator Loki could show up?
I'm saying there's a chance that any Loki could be boastful Loki. He could have survived. Like, it could be.
I was gonna say
actually, I'm
Richard
hoping
E.
for
Grant.
Kid Loki. Like Richard E. Grant. Yeah, yes.
Richard E. Grant is the best Loki. He's better than Tom Hiddleston Loki.
You know what? You have a hell of an argument there.
I want to see.
Don't have a
I want
counter.
to see that Loki. I wanted the first season of Loki to be about Richard E. Grant's Loki.
Well, there's still a season 2 coming. I don't think the motherfucker's dead. Like, I think he'll come back. Like, I don't think this is the last. They hired Richard E. fucking Grant. They're not gonna cast him to kill him off that quick. I mean, granted, Marvel does have those kind of balls, but
or lack thereof. I mean, I guess killing him off would be pretty ballsy. So
it'd be like killing off your main character in the first episode.
Yeah, I mean,
or the fifth, because it was the 5th.
Yeah.
Got to do the joke twice. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I don't remember. I mean, my hope in Marvel at this point is little to nothing. I'm not. I think Doctor Strange is probably the only thing I'm looking forward to. Shang-Chi, is that the next one coming out? Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah. I don't even care about that movie. I saw the second trailer that came out, like, with an open mind. The actor that they have, he's got no range. He's got no range whatsoever. He's got the same damn face for every piece of dialogue he delivers in that trailer.
Aquafina's funny, though.
Yeah. And Abomination's in it, so...
Yeah, and Abomination and Wong are in it, and they're fighting in an underground fighting ring for some reason. Who knows who else might be fighting?
I just think it's funny that Shang-Chi was supposed to be is a character based off Bruce Lee, and they didn't get anyone similar to that whatsoever.
No, they got the guy from Kim's Convenience.
No, well, I don't know why they couldn't get what's his nuts who played Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Well, fuck if I know, man.
I mean, there was your easy choice right there.
Who is that guy? Like,
I don't know. I just know he looks like Bruce.
Acting other than his Bruce Lee imitation.
Well, I mean, you're making a superhero character based off Bruce Lee, so all you got to do is like, hey, remember that role you did?
Like a carbon copy of him.
No, he wasn't.
She was his own character.
Yeah,
he was just Marvel's answer to Bruce Lee. Like,
yeah, or who's that guy who played that bad Seth Rogen, the Green Hornet, with Seth Rogen?
Oh fuck.
The guy who played the sidekick. I forget his name. I should know his name because I watched the show.
Yeah, he'd be fucking good. I don't remember his name. Damn it. I know who you're talking about though. That movie was actually pretty decent. Oh, I thought you were trying to remember the actor's name.
No, I was trying to remember the character's name. It was Kato.
Oh yeah, Kato. Sorry, that I did know.
Let me go look him up.
Yeah, he's been in a few things I liked. I do kind of dig the reinterpretation of having him be the Mandarin's kid, though. Like, I think that's an interesting twist.
We'll see. Jay Cho. Oh, he's a Taiwanese singer and songwriter. What the hell?
What?
Yeah.
Please send me some of his music.
I don't know what it is, but Taiwanese singer-songwriter.
Wow. You should just share that to the chat here.
And all of his songs are listed in Taiwanese, so I don't know what they say or what they mean.
Man, if we get a decent enough following doing this thing, can we get our own Jamie? Or would one of us just be Jamie?
One of us would be. I would probably be the Jamie.
Well, I mean, we both
could do it.
Screen share, so we're both Jamie. Fuck yeah.
He's pretty popular.
Jamie has a pretty big following.
No. Jay Cho, the singer. Kato.
Oh, I was about to say, like, Jamie, yeah.
Jay Cho,
he's singing?
He's got 1.5 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Well, that's
and all of his top songs are double-digit million listens. His highest one, I don't know what it says because it's in Taiwanese, has 70 million listens.
Well, I mean, that's quantity over.
Okay, well, I'm looking at his popular top 5.
Saying.
I'm looking at his popular top 5.
How much music is over there that's worth listening to? Maybe Kato's a pop star. Like he's.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Admittedly, I'm gonna have to say this in case we use this clip. Like, admittedly, I'm ignorant. I don't listen to K-pop or nothing like that.
Oh my god, no! I'm listening to one of his songs right. I'm listening to
wonderful?
the highest.
Please tell me it's awesome.
I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna share it with you.
Yeah, I have Spotify. Send me that link.
Oh god, here, I'll post it in chat.
Okay, I'm sending you a thing also on Instagram, and we'll chat about it here whenever you look at it.
Oh man,
it's wrestling related, so take your time.
Before you listen to it, what kind of theme, what kind of genre do you think it is?
Well, I'm guessing K-pop. Well, it's Taiwanese, so it's not going to be K-pop, but
so it'd be T-pop.
T-pop. Well, you're making me guess genre, so I'm going to say not pop music. Like, is it fucking Taiwanese death metal? Please tell me it's Taiwanese death metal.
I want to listen to Taiwanese death metal now, but no, it's not Taiwanese death metal.
Like, I've never heard Taiwanese death metal, but oh my god.
Are you listening to it?
Oh my god. He hasn't started singing yet. And this video. Video.
He's the Taiwanese Backstreet Boys. Oh, I skipped to where he started singing.
Oh my god. I'm at 34 seconds. He's teaching this girl to play guitar in front of the Eiffel Tower. So,
what a cultured man.
I think he just spoke French also in there. So he's speaking Taiwanese and French. If he said something in French, he may not have. It may have just been more Taiwanese.
Jeez. He's like the Taiwanese Michael Bublé.
No, he's just post YouTube Justin Bieber. Like, he's still got the shitty production value with the balloons and the note and shit. Like, he's just on his mama's porch. And that's definitely B-roll footage of Paris that they got off the internet. He's almost 100% green screened in right there. I don't know. He may not be. He may live in Paris for all I know.
Oh.
This is this is not what I was expecting.
No, it was not.
I'm gonna skip to the next one.
He really mixes things up in his 2016 album. I don't know what it is because it's in Taiwanese also.
So what do you mean he mixes things up?
You gotta listen to it. He really mixes it up.
Oh, okay. So something I have to experience. Right now I'm listening to Now You See Me. I'm at about 25 seconds.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, it says it in English.
Oh, okay.
He's still singing in a different language. But the album's called Bedtime Stories in English.
Yeah.
Jay Chow's Bedtime Stories. I gotta say, he's a very photogenic man. Look at him. Like, on the album cover. That is a very flashy fucking jacket. Like, I'm getting Taiwanese Michael Jackson vibes.
I didn't mean story. Now I gotta look up.
Now he's singing in English.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
At least that sentence. Now you see me. Something I didn't understand. Oh, there's a music video for the song that. It's in Taiwanese.
Yes.
So there's looks like a dollhouse. Okay, getting Panic at the Disco vibes with this instrumental.
Is this the guy?
Have you found what I'm looking for? Looking at?
No,
it's like a
I
fold-out book or a pop-out book.
No, I was looking for the guy who played Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Watch it be Jay Chow.
It'd be funny if it was, but it's not. The guy named Mike Moh.
Mike Moh?
Mike Moh, M-O-H.
Dude, now he's rapping in Taiwanese.
Oh, yeah.
If I could understand a word he'd say, I'd probably be a fan. I can't. Like, he could be talking about my mama. I don't fucking know, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to be a fan of that.
Yeah, like, what if he's saying some outlandish, offensive shit, and I'm like, Jay Chow, and everybody's like, you're listening to Jay Chow? You didn't hear that song about how he puts puppies in bags and kicks it?
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Yeah. I don't know if Jay Chow has a song like that. No.
I have no idea.
I don't speak Taiwanese. He might.
Well. Alright, well, I think we should call it right here then.
On puppy kicking, really?
Yeah, I think that's
Actually,
Jay Chow puppy kicking.
Actually, wow. Okay. So yeah, let's go. Bye.
Bye.
How do we end this?